So guys, this video, it's going to be a totally different video from the videos that I'm used to posting. First of all, as you can see, I'm just going to be doing audio for this video. So me and my friend, that's my friend Frida, I was going to do an interview to her because she does fish cage farming in Lake Victoria. So the initial plan, we were not supposed to get into the lake. The initial plan was I was going to meet her, then she was going to go with her camera and record everything in the lake. Then she comes back and we do the interview together. But when we went, immediately she discovered that I have phobia for water. She really encouraged me to overcome my fear. So one of the reasons why I also agreed, because I understood it's very important for somebody to overcome their fear. Yes, I can swim. I love swimming a lot, but I just have this fear for large water bodies, oceans, lakes, anywhere where there's a large, look at those people. They are not even scared. What? So oceans, lakes, I just have this phobia. Like right now, when we were inside the ocean, the breeze was very, very nice. It was soothing, but inside I was so scared. Okay, what always is in my mind are the crocodiles, the hippopotamus. You see all those living creatures that live inside the lake, okay? And those stories that we used to be told when we are young about things that happen in the lake. So those are some of the things that made me scared of the lake. But at least we had our life jackets on, which I think was a good thing. That was a plus. It's very important to wear your life jackets when you go to the lake. So the full video of the interview was recorded in my local TV channel called Siaya 254. You can check it out if you understand Luo language. But if you don't understand the language, probably you may not understand what we are saying. Luo language is the language spoken by Kenyans on the lakeside city. People stay next to the lake are Nilots, who majority of them speak Luo. So I've been interested in fish cage farming, and I've really wanted to know much how it's done. So all the cages that you can see there belong to people who are involved in the farming. So what they do, they buy the fish fillets, then they put them in the cages and they feed them and they grow. Then once they grow, they hatch them. So they told me that it usually take 8 to 12 months before you can harvest. So it depends on the size that you want. If you want them smaller, you can even harvest after 6 months. But if you want them medium size, 8 to 10 months. Then if you want the big ones, then it usually takes 1 year. So how they know each cage is by labeling them. So each cage, they've written the number of the person that the cage belongs to, so that somebody cannot confuse. And apparently it's not easy for someone to steal somebody's fish unless the people who you send to feed them for you. Like here we had 2 people. They are both also involved in the farming, but at the same time, because they are locals and they stay within the lake, they help people who are doing the business by feeding the fish and also just monitoring the cages and checking what's going on. So it's very important also to interact with the locals so that they can tell you how the business goes on, and if you are not around, they can just monitor it for you. So this kind of farming, I just found it so interesting because it doesn't require a lot of monitoring, or it doesn't require your physical presence, as long as you can get someone that you can trust to monitor it for you and to give you the right updates. You can just do this kind of business. The starting capital is a bit high because one cage, they told me, goes for 65,000 Kenyan shillings. So 65,000 Kenyan shillings, you install this one cage, and in one cage you can put over 1,000 fish. So it will depend on the amount of money that you have for the fillets and also for the food that you'll be buying to feed the fish. So once you buy the cage, then you can buy the food and you can buy the fillets, and you can also agree with somebody in the local area how much they'll be charging you to feed them, and also just to monitor your cage. It's actually a very lucrative business within the lake, because currently the fish that occur naturally are not so many, because they are being eaten by other fish. For example, tilapia, it's called tilapia. Oh, sorry, that person almost fell inside the water. So we have tilapia. So there's Nile perch. Nile perch feed on tilapia. So it's not easy for tilapia to grow until they are big enough. But if you put them in the cage, they can grow big, because what they do, they prevent them from breeding, so they cannot give birth. So if you put 1,000, it's 1,000 that you will get. And I was also told that if fish is to give birth, then they cannot grow very big. They grow until a particular size, then they just eat and they stop growing. So that's why they stop them from breeding. There's something that they do, I've forgotten the scientific name, but these fillets don't breed. So what is being done right now is they are pulling the net so that Frida can check how her fish is doing. So as you can see, that is Oden, who is the guy who has been helping her to monitor the fish. So they're just helping pull the net so that at least she can see and maybe take the videos and see how the fish is doing, and in terms of the size and everything. So this is something that she always do once in a month, sometimes twice a month. So she doesn't have to come here every day to check. No, it doesn't require somebody to be physically there. So these fish, I think they have been here, they told me, for 2 months, and actually they are growing well, and she's planning to harvest them next year. Usually she prefers to harvest when the fish are 10 months or 1 year, so that she can get them at a bigger size, because with tilapia, the bigger the size, the more money that you can sell them. I'm really happy that I was able to come here to check how this thing is done from the lake, and I'm really proud of myself for overcoming my fear and agreeing to get inside that boat. Actually, people, when I was recording this video inside that boat, I was a little bit scared, but the fact that we were 5 people give me some inner peace. That point where you are scared, but at least there are other people, so it's not just you. And I got a chance to sit next to the person who was controlling the boat, and at least that also made me less scared, I must say, because when I was recording, if I check him through the camera and he's just relaxed, then I know everything is just okay. And this trip inside the lake, it was also very therapeutic, very satisfying, and I think it is something that I can do again. But before I came here, I didn't know it's something that I can do. Guys, the last time I was in a boat, I was in primary school. I was probably 10 or 9. It was a long time ago, those school trips where you go for boat rides. But as an adult, I think I've been in a boat ride once, though I didn't go far. I just entered inside the boat, we took photos, then we got out. Then the people who wanted to go for the ride went for the ride, but me, I didn't go for the ride. So this was a very, very good and beautiful experience. Kindly subscribe for more videos if you haven't subscribed yet, and also let's interact in the comment section.